But the greatest story I think that has ever been told by Jake the Snake involves the King Cobra and the Macho
Oh
Man's
yeah,
arm. And
no doubt.
I think until even on your gravestone, it's going to say Jake the Snake Roberts, man who allowed King Cobra to eat Macho Man live on TV. Because that is something that, again, in wrestling, there are moments in time where, we can set the scenario up where I'm going to beat you up and I hit you with a car, or or I drop you, on your head, and we make it look real. Like, no, 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 no. This is a fucking King Cobra eating
Yeah,
Macho Man's arm.
chewing the fucking shit out of it.
No shit. And so I know the day of, as the story goes, Macho Man wanted to see if this thing was devenomized. And
Right.
did you let this thing bite you first backstage?
Yeah, he demanded it. He said either you let the snake bite you or we're going to fight right now. I'm like, this is a bunch of bullshit. So I just pulled up my pant leg and stuck it over there, and he bit my leg. And then once he let loose, Macho's like, okay, don't take no antidotes, don't take no pills, don't take no elixirs, don't take no, and all this shit. And I'm like, oh, are you fucking kidding me, man?
Wow.
You're a psycho.
Was he? It seems like lately these A&E documentaries about other wrestlers are exposing more than I think than we knew, and it seems like
Yeah.
Macho Man is crazier than a lot of people thought. And we
Oh
still
yeah,
love
he
him as an
was.
in-ring wrestler,
Yeah.
as a character on TV. We love you, but we're
Yeah.
finding out more backstage, and we're like, this
Wow.
sounds a little
Yeah.
wonky.
Yeah. He was out there, brother. He was intense.
And again, there's a
Really,
story that
really
he,
jealous. Really
yes,
jealous. High and jealous. I mean, he hated the fact that Elizabeth had the fans cheering for her.
really,
Oh yeah, he couldn't stand that shit. I've
wow.
seen him time and time again go off on people that ask her for an autograph. She don't fucking wrestle. She doesn't need to sign shit. You know, I'm the
Wow.
fucking star here. Oh yeah,
That's even worse than in one of the documentaries on A&E, they said he would lock her in rooms and not let
yeah,
anyone in there. Is this true?
yeah, 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 yeah,
So, it took about 30 years for all of us to discover the truth of what
yeah.
goes on more so than
It was
ever.
pretty heavy, man.
Wow. And so you get in the ring with them, and he's tied up, and you have this
Yeah.
King Cobra, and you go to, and this thing is just eating his arm. And now, are
Oh
there
yeah.
people around you? Like, you can see around the ring officials, is someone screaming at you like, get that thing
Yes.
off of him?
Oh yeah. They sent Roddy Piper to the ring, and they sent Miss Elizabeth to the ring. Vince sent him out there. Tell him to get it off of him. I couldn't get it off of him.
Right. You see you shaking it.
I'm pulling on it, shaking it. I don't want to rip his arm off.
Right.
So then I finally go up and I spread his mouth, and got
Hitting.
him off of it.
Wow. Wow. Again,
Well, that's what
top 10
happens.
moments.
That's what happens whenever you have a snake bite me. Because what happened was when I got the snake out, I turned my back to Macho Man and I slapped the piss out of that snake. Just upside the head. Bap! Then I turned around and put it on Macho Man. So he was one pissed off snake at the time.
Oh, now were you trying to get this snake a
Oh
little
yeah.
extra
I was
aggravated?
trying to get him a mad son of a bitch, man.
Wow. And again, we're on TV, we're being filmed, so Macho Man can't just like unlock his arms and be like ripping
Yeah.
off himself. He has to keep selling.
He
And
has to
I
sell
don't
it.
think he's selling. He's being like, holy shit, this snake is biting my arm.
Yeah, I went up to him one time during that whole thing, and I'm like, dude, you're doing a great job. You're selling. He goes, get this motherfucker off of me.
Oh my.
Man.
And then on top of that, the cherry on this, you get to slap Miss Elizabeth on TV as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that storyline doesn't just have a King Cobra eating someone. It has you slapping a woman on TV. And at the time in the WWF, that was not a thing.
No.
What was the reaction of fans? You're going from airport to airport and cars to cars. You're traveling around the world.
They were pissed. You're a fucking asshole. You're a cocksucker. You're everything. Everything but human.
My God. And that's just one of the greatest storylines. And of course,
Yeah.
at the time, the president on TV, Jack Tunney, bans reptiles from ringside.
Yeah.
Now, what did you feel about that situation? Because that really cut your legs off a little bit with your gimmick of Jake the Snake.
If I would have followed it, it did, but I didn't follow it.
That's true. Eventually, so eventually after that, what was the reasoning of the announcement of, hey, they tried to obviously curb you having a snake at ringside for
No, it
storyline
never happened.
reasons. Never happened.
Never happened.
Good to hear.
They talked about it, but it didn't happen.
Because I imagine animal rights groups, even today's world, would be a lot more heavy on
Oh
you.
God, you couldn't do it today.
No.
Forget about it. Oh my
No.
God, if I'd have slapped somebody, I slapped a woman on TV. Oh my God.
Right. That's always a
Holy
weird
shit.
perspective too, where they're like,
Yeah.
wrestling's fake. Then you have like you slap a woman on TV, they're like, how dare they? It's real. It's like, I'm sorry, didn't you just 5 seconds ago say it was fake? Like,
Right. Right.
I'm confused.
Yeah, they do confuse you, don't they?
It's very weird. Wrestling is too real or too fake to people. It
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense to me. It never will. And
It's funny. It's funny when somebody will come up and they'll say, wrestling's fake. And I'll say, you're right. They'll go, well, yeah, but that one time, you and Macho Man, y'all were really mad. And another time is whenever earthquake set on your snake, you were pissed off.
Yeah.
No, I just did a good job that day. That's all.
That was a little weird too. Was watching. I remember, and Bruce Pritchard on his podcast said they put like ground up beef inside of a bag while earthquake sat on it.
Ground up beef and pantyhose.
Yuck.
That was my idea.
And they made quick burgers. They made burgers out of it and ate them on TV.
I wouldn't have ate one myself.
and that's crazy. Imagine in today's world, someone's like, hey, so the storyline is